Grab my.
Did that little thing come out? Okay, so we record now. All right. So yeah, this ain't live right now. What's happening, everybody? This is my video cast. I don't know what the name of it is yet, but I'll come up with that real soon, man. I got my guy Ooriyah right here, and we just go converse on some things, learn a little about him, who he is and what he's come across and what he's learned on his journey in life. You know what I mean? So just to begin, man. So tell us, answer it how you want, man. Tell us a little bit about who you are, man. I know Ooriyah is not your original name, correct?
No. So
yeah, you can tell us where that name came from, who you are, what you do, what you involved in, and we'll go from there, man.
yeah, man. All right. Well, as I answer those questions, I'm gonna step back outside.
Oh yeah, do your thing.
Let me hit this light.
That outside, that's good for the vibe anyway. Shit look real good.
Absolutely. Let's keep this fresh air.
Yeah, man.
Sliding through. Let's breeze on through here. Yeah, it's a beautiful day outside too, man.
Hell yeah.
And who knew that pomegranate was a flower before it was a fruit?
Oh, we got this pomegranate in my parents' yard, man. They grow pomegranate. Yep.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Hey, I know, they don't take all of it. It's enough, man. But hey, man, I'm telling you, man, when the season is there, them birds go in on that pomegranate, boy.
Man, hey, look, that's one thing I'm battling right now.
It's busting them things open.
I'm battling them. But yeah, man. So my birth name is Terrance Jones. From Dallas, Texas. The name Ooriyah actually comes from I started studying with a group of Hebrew brothers. So just reading. I really got to a point. Probably it was after college. After I graduated college, man, I felt like another calling was on my life, man. And so I just kind of started reading the Bible, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people might say that they read the Bible, but I actually started reading it, from the beginning to the end, thoroughly, time and time again, started churning through it, man. And it just led me to a group called the Hebrew Israelites. Mm-hmm. And so within this group right here, man, I met some people and man, they gave me the name. And so everybody in that group, you either name yourself or you get a name, from an elder or from a friend or something like that. And so, man, I was one of the ones that was lucky enough to get the name, just based on my character rather than, just like, oh, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man. Yes, sir, man. And after that, man, going to Israel and going through that, my deliverance phase, I guess I'll call it. It just called me back into, I felt like more ancient practices, you know what I mean? Just native indigenous type of practices, kind of beyond the book of the Bible, man. And then led me into even other books, you know what I mean? I also traveled to Nepal, traveled to Zambia as well, traveled to a few different places, man, and China. And every place, man, I just, get deeper in my studies and see the similarities and understand that it's all this one big thing, you know what I mean? And not all these hundreds and hundreds of different religions and different things. It's all trying to get you to the same space.
I went through that phase too, man. I never got, my experience never got as deep as yours did at the point I did. I definitely went through that phase initially, man. It was around the early 2010s, man, where I just had it was like the initial awakening phase.
Absolutely.
My life, man. I wouldn't call myself a theologian, and I probably didn't get as deep as you did, but I realized, man, I was kind of looking at.
You sound like a preacher though.
Huh?
You sound like a preacher though.
But you've been telling me that my whole life, dude.
You sound like it, brother.
That's crazy as hell, man. Mm-hmm. That's probably why people always say, man, I got a good comedy voice too. So I guess just me talking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I went through this phase, man. It was crazy, man. But I was kind of just dabbling and studying different religions, man. And I started not to say all this, and I started seeing the core similarities.
Yes, sir.
Everything. And I'm like, yo, this is a lot of this is the same shit. It's expressed different, or it's a different story, or different names.
Yeah.
You know what you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
so I started to see that I started to see those similarities, man.
Yes, sir.
As far as everything being one.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
So what was you so when you was traveling, man? I know you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what were you actively doing in some of these different countries, man?
Okay. Well, man, I guess I should say, I started off like really, in Israel or in Trinidad when I was like really, kind of felt like I had this internal calling, you know what I mean? And so I'll take you back to my college days as well. So, um, I remember when I was in the registrar's office and I'm filling out, my major, and everybody say, "Hey, choose your major based on money." You know what I'm saying? So you can make money, and then your minor, choose that for what you really want to do. You
Yeah,
know,
I
and
remember
so
that. Yeah.
and the way, and it's funny. So long story short, I'm gonna skip over the major, but the minor, what I chose was sociology. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? And that's just the study of peoples, or the study of groups of people, man. And like, it was beautiful that I
What
was
major
able.
did you choose?
My major was it was a business administration, but
Okay.
with a core in organizational behavior and HR, human resources.
You say you did that for the money or because it's what you wanted to do?
Well, and so it was kind of like a mixture,
Okay.
because like I'm like yourself, I'm one of those people who is an orator. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
I like to talk with people. I like to receive messages. Like, that's how I see myself, is through others. You know what I mean? Like, so I love to talk and conversate and reflect. And so anytime I could be like a advocate for somebody or something like that, like that's where I feel like that's my strength, is
okay.
to, understand, be able to speak and bridge gaps, and you know what I mean, to be able to say things and get people to do it. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now, what was you saying about the sociology? Continue.
Oh yeah, man. And so with sociology, so that's what I chose, because that was the only thing that I really thought was interesting, is like to actually study people. You know what I mean? People groups, culture. And so, long story short, like after I graduated, 2 years after that is when I went to Israel, man. And like that's basically like, what I was doing, unbeknownst to myself. I went there, like, hey, I'm going on this spiritual journey. Like, I'm gonna find out truth, go to the desert.
It's
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
you was
yeah.
there already at that young in that place, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? Because I was kind of learning and growing shit here, but I wasn't on no, man, I went on my own spiritual journey here, but I wasn't
Absolutely.
on no, let me go travel over here and see what this is yet. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
but you know what? But the reason why I say I was like that is because my dad was always a traveler. See what I'm saying? So
Go.
he was a truck driver, and
Yeah,
so he went all over the United States.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from the time that I was young, like I was 4 years old, 3 years old, going to Disney World. We come back, go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like, because my dad was a truck driver, so I was privy to going to seeing all of these different places, and I remember the feeling that it would give me to be in new places and just be able to have new experiences. You
Refreshing.
know, people who talk different, people who think different,
Mm,
different lay of the land. Somewhere it's plains, somewhere it's mountains.
mm.
Just my different. I remember the feeling that I got, and I knew that I always wanted to be a traveler
That's
from the
real,
time
man.
that I was a young man.
That's real. I tell you, being from California, it's mountainous, right?
Yeah.
Man, when I first went somewhere where it was all flat, you could just sit like, bruh, this is crazy. It's just flat. Like,
That's
you
Texas,
California,
bro.
I've been surrounded by mountains my whole life, man. You go somewhere, just
It's true.
okay. So that's how tornadoes be running through this motherfucker because ain't nothing to stop them.
Oh, look, it's funny that you're talking about that. Like, I'm from Dallas, Texas, and so we Tornado Alley. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so my sister-in-law, she came out here. If anybody watching this, it's Chef Cassie. Follow her, my sister. She's on Deep Fried Dynasties on A&E every Tuesday.
What's the
Um,
name again?
her name is Chef Cassie.
Let me write
Cassie
that
Jones.
down. Write that down. Spell it for me, chef.
Absolutely.
And then Cassie with
Uh-huh.
a Cassie.
No, with a C. Cassy.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Cassie. And her last name is Jones.
Okay.
But yeah, she was out
On
here, man.
A&E, you said.
Yeah, she got it on A&E. It's called Deep Fried Dynasties.
Deep fried. Okay, I'll write that down, man, so I can kind of plug her. And
Absolutely.
at the end of this day, we get all your shit too, man. If you want people to, be able to check
Hey,
you
for sure, man. Yeah, man. I'm just now starting to just because I've been so off the grid for so long, man, that I didn't really have any social medias, so now I got a good friend who's actually about to come over here in a little bit, who helps me out with the garden, and she's like, hey, why don't you have a Instagram or something? Like, people gonna want to see this and
learn from you.
know what you're doing. Like, wow, she was like, a lot of my friends see this and now they want to come. And,
Yeah.
she's like, my friend who works at this organization, she wants to put you as a part of what her company does, like where they can send people over there to help you. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So it's amazing how powerful social media and just the word of mouth is nowadays, man.
Yeah, man. My biggest struggle with social media be, man, how do I stay active on here, but also stay off of here?
Hey,
Be like, man, that mess to drain you too, man. So
yeah,
I'm
Will.
find that balance. But
Say it again, brother.
you know what I mean? Yeah, man. I hear what you're saying, man. With me, man, I've been doing this entertainment thing, man, because I'm weird. I'm not weird, but what I'm saying is I'm in this entertainment world, but I'm also in a conscious world at the same time. And sometimes that conscious world is not really in it entertainment. So one reason I'm doing this is so I can express this part.
Beautiful. Yes, sir.
Well, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Which is one of the reasons I'm doing this podcast, because this is part of me as well.
Already, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? That's beautiful. Let me add, it's beautiful that you embrace the whole of who you are. You know what I mean? A lot of times I feel like when people get into a spiritual walk, they forget about that it's like that we all live this life in extremes of light and dark, right and left, white, black. And just inevitably, because we're in this body, we're gonna have two sides of us. You know what? I think if we did more embracing it rather than fighting it, we'll be in a better place.
You can bring it together. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Bring it together. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So back to you, man. So with the so you was traveling, went to Israel on your spiritual journey.
Yep.
And explain how you want, man. What kind of, what came from that, and what did you learn? What was you doing? What breakthroughs did you have?
Well, you know what? The funny thing is that farming was kind of my back way to stay in Israel. And little beknownst to myself was this was gonna be something that I actually loved and enjoyed. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I remember when I went to Israel, bro, I had this on the flight there, I had this outer body experience, or I don't know if you ever seen Doctor Strange, but and then when the master hit him in his chest and he went out his body, it was like I had one of those, man, of where I felt like I didn't feel like anything. In that moment, my perception was like this spirit, but of myself, was talking to me and was like, hey, things are gonna be way different now. Like this is no longer just you reading about something. Now you got to go live it.
That's the big step. Yep.
It was huge.
Let you finish, man. But I got something to say about that. I'm gonna let you finish.
Please, man, feel free. And yeah, man, you say you got to go live it, man. And I didn't understand that. And so I went to Israel. So I went there, bro. I'm talking about, I had tons of books. I'm talking about concordances. I had the Greek Bible, Hebrew Bible, ancient Hebrew.
Let me say this, man, before you move on, let's go get lost, right? So I'm gonna get in what you're saying next. Dude, what you just said, you said you had an experience with yourself, right? We can talk about this later, but dude, when we did them the mushrooms at the beach,
absolutely,
yeah, bro,
beautiful.
And I've done mushrooms a lot of times, right? And I had a lot of different experiences, but I had a interface with my own essence.
Absolutely.
That's one thing I had never had before. I was like interacting, and you know how you got, everybody got a certain essence they give off. You got yours, I got mine, and it felt like me.
Absolutely.
So I was literally interacting with myself, separate from me, but part of me at the same time, bro. So I literally had what you're talking about. And it was my first time having it, man. It was just saying to me, like, bruh, I'm trying to remember. It's like, yo, man, I've been here the whole time. It was kind of
Come
telling
on.
me, I've been here the whole time. I've been here the whole time. You good, you good. Keep doing what you're doing. And also what you're doing, it's not a fluke. This is
Mm,
real. It was
come
telling
on.
me it's not a fluke. This is real.
Come on,
It
baby.
literally, it felt like my energy. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I was talking to, man. So that was
mm,
funny you say that. It's
you,
funny you say that because I
you know,
literally experienced that
I'm
that day on the
thankful.
beach, man.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful to hear your experience with me that day, man. Because like me leading that ceremony, it was a lot different than the other ceremonies that I had done, and so it was a lot of changes heading up into that weekend, man. Like so, at first I was supposed to have a ceremony that night before, and then it was going to be a carryover into that day.
Yeah.
But just so happened the venue that I was using, I wasn't gonna be able to use it anymore. And then one of our other brothers, he had car trouble. His car ended up breaking down. It was, I mean, like I had never had a day like that, like as far
Yeah.
as ceremony and like all of those things that happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember when I went, it felt kind of rushed. Like I didn't really set the energy. I didn't really like get deep into my prayers. And you know what? But after it, I hear everybody's testimony from it, bro, and it's all good. So a lot of times it's like at that time when it seemed like something may not be the best, but like later that turned out to be the best thing in the world. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like you
But
just
it's like when you actually do the thing, don't none of that mess even matter no
it,
more.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. When
I
you
know.
get to what you really supposed to be doing here,
And
you
they
know what I'm
are.
saying? Get out of this you know what I'm saying, the human essence, and you tap into that spiritual, like you said, that other part of you.
Mhm.
Then you have more understanding. Like you said yourself, was like, hey, I've been here the whole time with you. And
Yeah.
so, you know what I'm saying? So it's powerful that we even having this podcast and you are, you know what I'm saying, embracing that part of yourself, man. So big
Mhm.
ups to you for
Thank
sure.
you, man. Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, continue, man. Continue. I'm trying to work on sometimes I watch podcasts, interviews. Motherfucking interview with me talking too much, man. So I'm trying and man, we want to hear the person. We want to hear what they got to say, man. You talking too goddamn much. So I'm trying to find a balance and just putting something here and there, but not
I,
overpowering
cool,
overpowering the
cool.
goddamn.
Hey, but, you know, you got to guide me, keep me in line, keep me on task.
But
Look,
okay.
I go everywhere, so I appreciate you, man. Nah, man, you're doing a great job.
Thank you, man. So using
But
Israel, man. So you had the books and bam, go.
yeah, man. So had that out of body experience. Got there to Israel, man, and I had all of these books. When I say all of these books, bro, I had 4 bags with me. One of them was big as my body.
Mm.
The other one was like half the size of my body. And then I had a backpack that was full of books, and then another travel luggage, like a medium travel luggage that was full of books. Like I
Yeah.
said, concordances and all I'm gonna learn Hebrew and all of that stuff. And when I got there, man, nothing mattered but me and the soil and the stars.
Mm.
And it was amazing how I started to see like the writings of the Bible, like from me just doing my daily work, me
Mm-hmm.
doing my daily living. You know what
What
I'm
you mean
saying?
seeing the writings of the Bible, being like, okay, this is what this meant. Oh, this is what this kind of making connections.
So making connections and stuff being like given to me plain. You know what I mean? Like when I was out there doing like that type of work with my hands in the soil, it was like I almost having getting like access to this ancient knowledge or this, you know what I'm saying, like a
Yeah.
common sense or something, like, but it's like it was coming from the earth, you know what I mean. And then at night it would be like the stars would be talking to me, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, like that, like showed me like, hold on, like we are the 12 apostles, we're the 12 Old Testament prophets, we're the 12 tribes of Israel. It's these
Woo!
12 constellations, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. And
Nature was communicating with you.
it was communicating with me, brother.
That's where they was getting all this information from, all them however long back, but we disconnected from all that now.
Yes, right there, bro. And so you know what, and what my big goal is, or what, and so this thing, so speaking about me doing this now, like being in my backyard and having access to like all of this stuff, or even wanting to like care for this stuff, juju bees and stuff. It came from that experience and realizing like, well, hold up, like we keep trying to press forward, but maybe we need to take a step back. And so now I feel like it's like what was given to me is like we're either going forward to the old way or we're taking a step back to the new way.
Mm-hmm.
Either way you want to look at it, we're gonna have to kind of back up a little bit and a little progress. And so what I often like to say is, people like to talk about Adam and Eve in the Bible and evolution. Evolution comes from that word Eve. And when we talk about Christmas Eve, that's the day before Christmas. It's not the day after. And so same within the Bible. Eve means before. And so when we evolve, we're actually going back to our original. We're not becoming something new. And so, you know what I mean? It's basically.
Let me ruminate on that. Say when we evolve,
yes, sir.
We can go into something new. We can actually going back to our original.
Yeah, absolutely,
bro. This is random. This is random. Okay, bro. Were you ever a Dragon Ball Z fan at all?
Absolutely.
So when you think about it, like with Frieza, his last form is actually his real form. When you think about with Majin Buu, his kid Buu was actually the original Buu.
Come on.
But all them other forms were these amalgamations.
Absolutely.
But their final form was their true form, bruh.
Huh? Even though they absorbed other people and became strong, it was not stronger than their original form.
Bruh. That's why, man. You know it's funny, man. Sometimes people who don't know no better, they'll talk bad about you watching anime, act like you watching cartoons. They don't know how deep that shit be, man. They don't know how deep anime is, bro.
But you know what? It's like this, bro. I feel like the people who take life super serious and I don't watch cartoons and like those are the people who are the most miserable in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be like.
Hey, hold that thought. Hey man, I'm gonna go pee real quick. Hold the thought. Hold the thought.
All right. No worries. Cut you back.
Cool. What you saying?
You're gonna have to refresh my memory.
So we was talking about the Dragon Ball Z, and we was talking about how people who who think they too cool to watch cartoons or whatever, or look, down on it. You was saying that they the most miserable.
Absolutely. And I guess I shouldn't say miserable. I should say they're the most unhappy.
I know what you're saying.
But life, just take life too seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, no disrespect to to nobody.
No disrespect to the people out there.
For sure. So yeah, man. So man, we was talking about going back to the original and things of that nature, man. And so,
Continue.
And being childlike, you know what I mean? Like that's what it says in the Bible is godliness. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, it's beautiful. Also, I remember another one, a powerful verse that I have to share, one that really kind of opened my eyes to a lot of stuff and got me out of being like a biblical scholar and somebody who's like, oh, you need to do this, don't eat this. And what got me out of that was a simple statement that that they said Christ made, and he said, like, what is the number one, the first and greatest commandment? And he said, to love God while your heart, mind, and soul, And the second one is just like it, to love your brother as yourself, and so for me, I felt like, man, how's it? That's amazing. How is me loving my brother just like loving God? You know what I mean? And so it lets me know that, hey, like we are a manifestation of God. And you know what I mean? It's how we treat the people every day, like who's before us. It's not about like, even though praying is good, I'm not saying don't pray, but one thing that I learned in the land of Israel that stuck with me is that praise and worship is in your hands and in your feet. It's in what you do. It's not like,
bro. That's a man. You said pray. I'm gonna write that down, man. Hold on, man. You said, oh, is this shit backwards? Let me see. Oh, you said praise and worship. You said it's in what you do.
Yes, sir. It's in your hands and in your feet. It's in your, it's one learned out there, man. Yeah.
It's in what you do. It's in your hands and feet.
Yes, sir. In your mouth.
Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fire, bro. That's fire right there.
Appreciate you, man. So yeah, and
I'm gonna have to man. So this is good. I'm gonna have to, let me see if I can upgrade this right now, bro. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still.
I got a fucking 2 products, and I'm about to upgrade my goddamn Zoom shit. Cause I guess with the basic Zoom, you only get 40 minutes, man. We just heat up.
Where we at?
I'm at to upgrade and do upgrade to like a monthly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because 40 minutes ain't enough for the shit I'm trying to be on. Maybe we just do this 40 this time, and the next time I want to do, okay, it's $15 monthly. Then business, okay. Let me see this. I'm gonna see if I can do this real quick. If it take me too long, I'm gonna just do it next time. Let me see this.
I'll make my
subscription cycle. $15 a month, annual. $12 a month. What? Build monthly. Build annually. Okay, let me see this right here. Continue. Nah, man. Video conferencing, real-time chat, resume join a meeting from personal device or share space and everything. Zoom phone numbers and our video webinar license to be assigned to a conference room line to receive calls and join those webinars. I don't know what that is. I had to look at all this stuff and figure out exactly.
Hey, good. Hey, I about to say, like, if you want to do these mugs in the morning, like I'll be happy to jump on these mugs with you. I like that. My daughter, she always wake up at about like 10.
Okay. All right. I'm worried about upgrading next time, man. So right now we kick it. Okay, we got damn, man. I got 8 minutes left. We were just getting going. Damn. Okay, I'm at to upgrade, bro. I'm at to upgrade because we ain't even got into the juice yet, man.
No, we haven't.
I wonder if I can like end it, say this one, and then just start another one and just edit them together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can. Absolutely.
So low key, man. Would you be down for that?
Absolutely.
I want to hold you. I know you got shit to do too. So if you gotta go, but if you hanging, we can keep going.
I mean, let's keep going. Let's keep going as long as she allows us.
All right. So where's we at, man? We were saying what did we leave off at, man?
All right, where did I leave? I know
I was writing down praise and worship is in your hands and your feet. Mm-hmm. That's where we left off at. Oh, you muted yourself on accident. Oh, all right, here we go. All right, here you go. All right, so you were saying praise and worship is in your hands and your feet.
Yes, sir. That was something that I learned out there in Israel, man. One of the, like, because I never, the way that the way that Christianity kind of taught me was like, just say you believe. Like, if you just say it, that's all you need to do. Like, your actions can be anything else. And so, when I started reading and then
seemed lacking.
Yeah.
Not holistic in a sense.
Yeah, not holistic at all. It's like, okay, as long as you just say it, as long as you confess it, then whatever you do is fine. Like, and so I just never.
Yeah, you rape, just be sorry afterwards.
Yeah, man, it's for real, man. And so I realized that a lot of people, like in our religions, they major in the minors. You know what I'm saying? They go to these little minor subjects and they stick there, rather than, you know what I'm saying, getting a whole general feeling of the overall temperature. They just go to that one spot and milk that, man. And so yeah, man. Saying all that to say, what were we talking about again? Oh, my bad.
You said praise and worship is in your hands and your feet.
Absolutely,
your
absolutely.
Mouth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
what you do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so and that's why I said that, because it was talking about my time in Israel and what did I learn and what did I get out of it, man. And so yeah, I was able to live with some Arabs. A lot of Arabs still live there, and I got to learn about like their history, and got to be around Muslims for the first time in my life in that sense.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, man. So I got to do some farming with them. I got to live with a lot of Jewish people as well, like Sephardics and Ashkenazi. You know, I got to be there and get that culture and see the differences. And I also got to spend time with the Hebrew brothers, you know what I mean, out in Mona and out in Ashkelon a lot. They really became my family. And so, and still are. And so, yeah, man, I was able to get a mix of a lot of different things, a lot of different farming methods, bro, and just a lot of religion. Basically, what happened to me when I was in Israel is that I felt like a coat was lifted off my back, like the religious coat was lifted off. I came out like, you know, a more spiritual being.
Right. It's like you go through it. You go through a religion or whatever somebody's journey is. You go through the religion. You kind of steeped in that, and then you kind of come out of that expanded, but you still maintain the good from it. You know what I'm saying? You still maintain the solid aspects of it and kind of leave the rest and kind of move on and grow into whatever your next metamorphosis.
Absolutely.
I see a lot of people go. That's a lot of people's path of journey. Some people get stuck in whatever, but what you're saying is also a lot of people's, you know, path and journey. Like for me, I got real deep into the whole new age.
Absolutely.
The spiritual, the new age, and a lot of good stuff there, man. But sometimes, you know, I'm trying to explain it. Sometimes that stuff can get kind of real culty in a sense. And
absolutely. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So even in that, you got to take what you feel, and you like, you can keep that. That don't always apply, or, you know, so you take the good from it.
Yeah.
You kind of turn into your own. You kind of transform into your own being and what you're supposed to be. You know. But yeah, man, that's a common process that I see.
Hey, man, you know what? Yeah, and I think it it kind of takes you, like, you almost need a school. You know what I mean? But the thing is like, just like with any school, like there's a graduation day. You know what I mean? Like you just in school your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reading the same old stories and stuff. It's like, okay, when are you gonna get a PhD in that? And so, absolutely, yes, sir. And so, you know, from the time, and it's funny too, because like from my time in Israel, like I said, I was relieved of all of that, like the religiosity. I got to be around a lot of different groups of people and seeing them, like the way that it was amazing how different people were within the same cult, you know. And I'm using cult because, you know, how you said like it could become cultish.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean? And cult at the same time, and I ain't saying occult, I'm saying like the culture, you know what I mean? Cult.
I know what you mean. I know where you're getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
What's up? How you doing? What's her name? Batea. What's up, Batea? Hi. There you go. What was I say? All right, man, we about to run out of time for this one, man. You wanna like pick up, man, and do like a part 2 or something like that, man, where we can really finish
Let's do it.
What we getting into.
Yeah.
When you free for that again?
And actually, we can do it tomorrow morning if you want to.
Okay, yeah, that'll work for me, man. We do it tomorrow morning. You want to do same time?
Nah, let's do a little bit earlier. Can we do 8?
Yeah, we can do 8.
Okay, let's do 8. And that way we'll have at least some time to get in some stuff.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna look into it's less than a minute. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna text you, man. So we wrapping up. We wrapping up with my video. I don't know the name of the program yet, but I'm gonna figure that out. This is Ooriyah. We'll get into some more stuff tomorrow. Part 2, man. All right, y'all.
All right, brother.
Bye, Mateo. All right, bro. I'm gonna hit you, man.
All right, brother.